I'll just welcome Pralhad sir and I'll leave. Huh?
Ma'am, welcome has already done yesterday. It is not in protocol.
Pardon?
I'll call you, ma'am. I'm just
No.
calling you, ma'am. I'm just
No,
calling you.
she just want to say hi to Pralhad sir and she will be there in the meeting. Don't worry.
Ji, ma'am.
Ah,
Ji, ma'am. Ji, ma'am. Ji.
ah, ठीक.
Okay, okay. Shall I start, ma'am?
Yeah, very well.
Ji, ji. Good evening, dear colleagues and my fellow students. Now, before starting of today's session, that guidance cell on plagiarism, let me congratulate everyone here that we are enough fortunate that we have heard one of the finest orator on the yesterday's subjects, that is IPR, with reference to copyright, Mr. Pralhad Jadhav. Now, without wasting much of time on the same, I request Principal Madam, in charge Principal Madam Dr. Geetha Menon, just to address the gathering, today's gathering. Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Good afternoon, one and all. Rather, good evening. With a good cup of tea, I'm sure we can enjoy the seminar for the day, plagiarism check, which is very important when it comes to research paper, publication, thesis. Now, my dear student friends, every thesis that is submitted to the University of Mumbai now has to have a plagiarism check, and they expect that the data is very what you call not exactly true, but it is the data whatever has been generated is by the student as a true researcher. Plagiarism is not accepted. That is, copying somebody's work and representing it, it's not accepted. So without taking much of the time, as rightly said by Chandra sir, Pralhad Jadhav has done yesterday. He spoke very well, and we should not waste much time. We are here to listen about the plagiarism check as a tool to enhance quality. So let us listen to our speaker today, and all of us get knowledge about the intellectual property right, use this tool efficiently, effectively in enhancing the quality of the text. I welcome all my teacher students and Pralhad Jadhav. The teachers and the students are yours now. It is yours for the session on the topic plagiarism check. As rightly said, congratulations to one and all who has joined here, because you are going to learn something which will surely help you all in the future for having a better quality text or document written by you. I thank the faculty development convener and her team to have organized such a wonderful series. All the best to all of you, the team, and congratulations to my participants. Thank you. Over to you, Chandra.
Thank you very much, madam. Thanks for your courageous words. Now, I request I would like directly to invite Mr. Pralhad Jadhav to start the session on the plagiarism. Sir, the stage is yours now. Over to you,
Thank,
Pralhad, sir.
thank you so much, Dr. Chandar. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Geetha Menon madam, and thank you so much, Neelam madam. And at last, thanks to my professional colleague. She is senior to me. I had learned many things from her, Dr. Nita Gundawar madam. So we will start the session with my presentation. Yesterday, actually, I got some problem in the technical, so we had already today taken the trial. It is working fine, so hope it will fine. Can anyone confirm? I'm not starting my video because there may be some data issue. My presentation is visible. Yeah. So I'll just make it full screen. So again, another topic which is organized by the Faculty Development Cell CELT, IQAC, and College Library of RKT College. A plagiarism check, a tool to enhance quality. Definitely, again, if you ask me how I connect this thing with the IPR and why we are talking about plagiarism checking tools in IPR seminar where copyright is talking, patent is talking. My voice is clear to you? Can anybody please confirm?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you so much. So basically, when I started my career in 1999, that time these concepts were not there. But slowly and steadily, when we are dealing with the international obligations, that time this point came to this point is highlighted. In many of the research reports, our papers got rejected, and the reason is due to plagiarism. So by keeping this thing, the authority and the statutory bodies are getting alert and they are creating awareness about this. They are creating some rules and regulations. So throughout the session, we will talk about what are the rules and regulations and how we escape that. What are the different plagiarism, how it can be avoided. So whenever we talked about something copying, we generally we are the computer generation machines. One moment, I'm just going to do. So whenever I want to copy something, generally it is came in your mind that Control C and Control V. It is very easy for us to copy, but when you caught, then it will be a difficult situation for you. So how IPR and plagiarism is correlated, that is very important. Again, if you're copying someone intellectual, it means definitely you're doing something crime, which is not acceptable. Definitely, plagiarism doesn't come in the legal framework, but in the academic sense, definitely it can be a theft. It can be a copying is a crime. But in academic sense, if you ask me, so intellectual property, if you ask me, according to the WIPO, refers to creation of the mind, such as invention, literary and artistic works, designs and symbols, names and images used in the commerce. So it means what? If you are taking something from artistic work, or if you are say taking something from literary work, still there is some sort of beyond copyright. There is something called plagiarism. So that's why IP and plagiarism is correlated. Yesterday we discussed about the IPR forms. That is about the how IPR is divided into two types. Basically, this thing, industrial property and non-industrial properties. And we had talked about a lot of things on the copyright. Even we had discussed about the different acts which is implemented in copyright and different amendments which were got enacted in the copyright. We will check further. So yesterday we talked about the Copyright Act 1957, and there are several amendments we discussed in detail. But whether there is any comparison between copyright and plagiarism, or there is a distinction between the copyright and plagiarism. Before going ahead, before talking about the plagiarism, I just want to clarify what is the exact thin line difference between the copyright and plagiarism. Plagiarism, using someone else's works without giving them credit. In copyright, using someone else's work without permission. In plagiarism, it will deals with the words written or spoken. In copyright, it will deals with the includes words, pictures, video, music, etc. Both. In plagiarism, legal but highly unethical. But in copyright, it is illegal. In plagiarism, can lead to zero credit on assignments or being kicked out of college. In copyright, can lead to court fines, jail time. So this is somewhat, if you ask me about the in a legal domain, how it is differentiated. But if you talk on a very general level, at a very primary level, so this is the very clear cut difference between the copyright and plagiarism. Copyright is a legal term, plagiarism not a legal term. Copyright is a civil crime, whereas plagiarism is an academic crime. Copyright unauthorized use of someone else's creative work, claiming or appearing to claim ownership of someone else's creative work. In copyright, monetary damages for the infringement. If there is any infringement, definitely there may be chances of monetary damages. And in plagiarism, if you got, and then definitely punished by the academic councils, maybe punished by the college, punished by the academic sanctions. So these are the very, at a very primary level, it can be distinct. So before explaining what is plagiarism, how we can avoid, I'll share a story with you. A and B are very good friends. B attempts to steal A's cat, and in that B got caught and learns a lesson, a valuable lesson. What lesson he had learned? You can't just take somebody cat without asking for permission. First, you need to take a permission. It means you can take, but you need to take the permission. The other part of the story is that B lies about the true ownership of the cat in question. When he goes out, he successfully theft that cat and he goes out. And somebody, D, asks to the B, whose cat it is. So B is lyingly saying that it is my own. It is wrong. You have the lesson is that you have to tell the truth. Yes, I got it from A. You should give credit to the A. So overall, what are the conclusion of this story? It's okay to borrow other people's words, pictures, or a story as long as you get the permission, you ask for permission, and if you are giving credit to the person, then definitely it is valid, it is acceptable. So this is a very small story which I want to tell you on the plagiarism. See, this is the best joke which I got it on the internet. Both the beggars are there, and they are begging, but the poster on the first beggar had written will work for food, and another beggar is also writing will work for food. So they are copying the things. So this is called plagiarism. If you ask me why students generally copy, even sometimes we also copy as a professional, definitely, but we have to be very careful in that case. Why? Due to lack of research skills. Yes, the people are doesn't know how to do a research in terms of online research, in terms of using citation reference. Due to lack of time, yes. Due to careless note taking, yes, and confusion of how to cite sources. So this is my kind request to all the teaching faculty and the librarians of different colleges, institutes. You should create awareness among the students how they can cite, what are the different tools, how they can use it, and how easily they can do online research. So this is the way. If you're giving them an opportunity to write ethical way, then definitely they will learn. So yeah, so what is the main motive of this session? Today's session is what is plagiarism? What is that? The word plagiarism comes from the Latin plagiaris, meaning what it means. It is meaning is kidnapper. You are kidnapping something. It's very clear. It means you are kidnapping something. So in simple term, if you ask me, the act of presenting another work or idea as your own. आपका नहीं है किसी और का है लेकिन आप बता रहे हमारा खुद का है. So this is called plagiarism. This is called plagiarism. So if you ask me about the definition, according to the Merriam-Webster definition, the act of using another person's words or ideas without giving credit to that person. If you are giving credit, there is no harm. If you don't give credit, that means there is a wrong. Plagiarism is a specific form of cheating and is generally defined as your own, which is defined by the Pales and Schild in 2013, page number 1. In short, it is a theft. Yes, even plagiarism can be termed as a theft. Yes, it is a cheating. Of course, it is a cheating. It can be termed as a cheating. So you have to be very careful in that, right? And at last, I will say, if you got caught in doing that, the result will be failing grade to 0. Yes, if somebody caught, then the result will be very difficult, and he has to face that. So, what consider plagiarism? Presenting another work is a plagiarism. Using words and ideas without giving credit, it is a plagiarism. Not using quotation marks properly, then again it is a plagiarism. Giving incorrect information about the cited sources, again it is a plagiarism. Copying such large amount of ideas or words that the majority is not yours, again that comes in the plagiarism. So you have to be very careful. So if you ask me what are the different types of plagiarism, I'll definitely mention you two types of accidental. First one is accidental, not knowing when and how to cite. This is the condition of today's generation students, because they don't know how to cite. They don't know the reference style. So it is the responsibility of the teaching and library members to teach them how to cite, not knowing how to paraphrase or summarize. Nowadays there are AI tools is available in the market. Even they can use that also, not knowing what common knowledge is, and sometimes they are recycling an old paper. So This may be covered in the accidental plagiarism. But what is deliberately? अगर मैं जानबूझ के कुछ कर रहा हूँ, so definitely this can be covered in deliberate plagiarism. Rewriting from books or articles, copying and pasting from web pages and online resources to create a patchwork writing, buying, downloading, or borrowing a paper. These all are covered in deliberate plagiarism. What is not plagiarism? All quoted works reproduced with all necessary permission and or attribution. That is not a plagiarism. All references, bibliography, table of content, preface, and acknowledgement. That is not a plagiarism. All generic terms, laws, standard symbols, and standard equations. That is not a plagiarism. Exclude common knowledge or coincidental terms up to 14 consecutive words. That is not plagiarism. So, what excuses generally we get it from the students when they caught in the plagiarism issue? My teacher expect too much. I've got to get you into a certain college. That's why I do copy. It's okay if I don't get caught. ये तो बहुत बड़ा रीजन देते चलता है अगर मुझे कोई पकड़ा नहीं तो मेरा क्या प्रॉब्लम है एवरीवन डज इसके मैं भी कर लेता हूँ अगेन टीचर के ऊपर पूरा बिल फाड़ दिया अभी पेरेंट्स के ऊपर इवन माय पेरेंट्स इज एक्सपेक्ट टू मच दे वांट माय ग्रेड शुड बी इन ए ग्रेड so that's why students are doing not only students even sometimes teaching faculties teaching professor also got into this problem so what are the common type of plagiarism which is identified in academic or in a research domain. What are they? Clone. A very clear cut meaning is there. Submitting another word for word as your own. This is called as a clone. Control C. Then Control C. Content significant portion of text from a single source without alteration. एक ही पेपर से उठा दिया और छाप दिया खत्म उसको बोलते कंट्रोल सी इसमें क्या किया किसी और का काम को हमने सबमिट करके पब्लिश किया इसमें उसमें से कॉपी करके मेजॉरिटी उसमें से कॉपी करके एक पेपर में से उसी को छाप दिया देन फाइंड एंड रिप्लेस ये तो बहुत बड़ा चल रहा है आजकल सिनोनिम्स चेंजिंग कीवर्ड्स एंड फ्रेजेस बट रिटेनिंग द एसेंशियल कंटेंट ऑफ द सोर्स दिस इज द थर्ड टाइप रिमिक्स पैराफ्रेजेस फ्रॉम द मल्टीपल सोर्सेस मेक टू फिट टुगेदर रिमिक्स आजकल तो चल रहा है हर पिक्चर में एक रिमिक्स सॉन्ग आ ही रहा है उसी तरह हमारे रिसर्च स्कॉलर भी वही कर रहे हैं दे आर कलेक्टिंग डिफरेंट सोर्सेस एंड फ्रॉम दैट दे आर मेकिंग पैराफ्रेजेस देन रिसाइकल ऑफ कोर्स borrowed generously from the writer's previous work yes उसके पास if I had 20 to 25 papers from that only I'll make out one paper and publish in the different title and different in that way hybrid combines perfectly cited source with copied passage without citation एकदम properly copied it will be very very well copied but without proper citation then mashup mixes copy material from the multiple sources यहाँ से वहां से from different sources they will get it copied and prepare a paper 404 error which we got it in the computer yes it means the citation is no existence regarding the citation there will be inaccurate information so that is called 404 error aggregator include proper citation to source but the paper contains almost no original work पेपर में कुछ नहीं होगा ओनली साइटेशन बराबर होगा लिखा होगा कुछ और भी लेकिन साइटेशन दिया होगा उस साइटेशन से कुछ भी नहीं दिया होगा so this is also called it as a plagiarism retweet includes proper citation but relies too closely on the text original wording and or structure so all these then different types of plagiarism we can do it or we can do and unfortunately somewhere we get caught and that time there will be a consequence so plagiarism and internet Bill Gates has expressed his views on this plagiarism. Intellectual property theft. The theft of intellectual property with the use of computer and internet is on the rise in this contemporary time, and it is done in three ways: stealing with the web, stealing within the web, and stealing from the web. So when that internet is a very easiest way to copy something, even it is very hard to copy from the printed sources. But when you are on the web, then definitely it will be very easy for you to copy. That's why even Bill Gates had also mentioned that the theft of intellectual property with the use of computer and internet is on the rise, right? How to avoid plagiarism? The thumb rule for avoiding plagiarism: right from the scratch. You should start from the scratch. You should start from the zero. The second way, use quotation marks. Yes, whenever if you're using someone else writing, then please use quotation mark, right? Then paraphrase and summarize. You can do properly paraphrase and summarize. Fourth way, you can provide a complete citation. Fifth, you should know when to cite. Sixth, you should keep a tab of sources. Whenever you are referring any article for your paper, that time you should keep a tab of the sources. You should know different types of plagiarism. If you know, then you will not do that. Try to use tools before publishing, before giving to the journals or database vendor, sorry, online journals. Take a check your paper with the plagiarism checker tools. Seek advice from the professor. Take your advice from your guide, mentor, whether these or the things are right or not. So they will guide you. Some of the things that you think you know about plagiarism may be wrong. That's why it is very essential you should consult with your guide or with your professor. Really, someone told me it's not a plagiarism if they are dead. Alive or dead, it doesn't matter. If it is not your own idea, you must cite your sources. In that case also, the person, those who are writing, and if he is no more, again you have to cite. There is no matter, you have to cite. Then only you can avoid. So some of the things which I want to highlight here, what are they? I'll just uh, uh, paraphrasing requires a citation. If you translate or paraphrase something, you must still give a citation. Of course, if you are doing any translation, if you are doing paraphrasing, there is a compulsory rule. You have to cite. Then some of the things that you think you know about plagiarism may be wrong. What are the other things? Sorry, you can't use someone else's paper, artwork, or presentation without proper citation. Even if he gave you permission. Okay, if I given the permission, it doesn't mean that you don't need to cite. You have to cite. Still, if you're getting the permission, you have to cite that this is the text which I got it from so and so person who had written so and so article. If the stuff is free, what about all that free stuff people put on the web? Can you use that? No, free means economically free. You don't have to pay for it. The free stuff has a specific use and can only be used free for the intent use. If you use the words graphic or ideas, you must give the citation. It means if you are using any free contents, then definitely the citation is also required. Remember, if you can find it, so can your professor. अगर आपको मिल रहा है, definitely your guide will also expert in that. He can also find out from where you had copied, because there are different AI tools, there are different technology available. How they can find out whether the said written paper is copied or not. If it is copied, how much it is copied, where it is copied, from which sources it is copied. So you should be remember all these things. Some of the things the lectures by our professor are protected by copyright laws. Of course, if you use their ideas, you must give them credit. Don't not do to show it is a plagiarism. Don't think it is not a plagiarism, but it is against the copyright. If you are getting some ideas from your lectures, if you are getting from your professor's lectures, you have to cite them. What is common knowledge? Common knowledge consists of information that is easily observed, commonly reported facts, and common sayings. Common knowledge doesn't need to be cited, but sure that what you are saying really is a common knowledge. When you in doubt, ask either your instructor or a librarian. It means if you are using any common knowledge, it doesn't require any citation. But still, you should be double sure whether it is really it is a common knowledge or not. So to protect the research community, to protect the teaching community, the UGC had come up with a regulation in its 50th 530 meeting held on 20th March 2018. Consider and approve the UGC promotion of academic integrity and prevention of plagiarism in HEI, that is Higher Education Institute Regulation 2018, which is notified on 31st July 2018 in Gazette of India. So objective of this UGC regulation, what is the exact objective? What is the main motto of this regulations? Creating awareness. The way you are organizing the seminar, it means you are creating the awareness. Prevention of misconduct, establishing an institutional mechanism, promotion of academic integrity, prevention of plagiarism, and setting up a system to catch plagiarism. It means अवेयरनेस तो एक हो गया, देन मिक्स कंडक्ट होने से रोकना है हमको, देन वी हैव टू क्रिएट इंस्टीट्यूशनल मैकेनिज्म, then promoting the academic integrity, that is also important, and setting up a system where we can catch those who are culprit. So in definition, in regulation, what is the definition? uh, in UGC regulation, the definition of plagiarism has been defined in section 2 subsection 1 of UGC regulation as plagiarism means the practice of taking someone else's work or idea and passing them as one's own. It means you're taking others work and passing them as if your own. So be careful. So in UGC regulation, they had defined the script. What is the script? Script where plagiarism is applicable, research paper, thesis, study, project, report, assignments, dissertation, and any other such work submitted for assessment, opinion leading to the award or degree or publication in print or electronic media by student or faculty or a staff of the institution. As per regulation, yes, in this regulation they had exempted exam script. So if there is any exam script, it is exempted from this regulation. Restricted to higher education institutes, which are as follows. Of course, this regulation is applicable to the university, any institute that has been declared by the Parliament of the India, and institute that provide education after 12 years of schooling and which provide degree or diploma after completion. So this regulation is applicable to these broad categories of institute. So the role of duties of the HEI, higher education institutes. What is the duties? Establish a mechanism to provide for spreading the awareness, to organize seminars for the students, faculty, and other members. Academic ethics in all the coursework, yes, they should put academic ethics in the graduate and postgraduate coursework. Then research and publication ethics for coursework of PhD and MPhil scholars. Provide training regarding the plagiarism detection tool. Establish a facility regarding how they can check their script for the plagiarism. That is also important, and all these are covered in the duties of HEI. HEI means Higher Education Institute, right? UGC regulation exempted quoted work, similar content, all reference. What is the exempted in this UGC regulation? Uh, your quoted work, yes. Similar content, yeah. Then all references, table of content, preference, acknowledgement, and bibliography. Then standard quotation and symbols, laws, and generic terms. All these are exempted from this UGC regulation. According to the UGC regulation, they had quoted about the zero tolerance policy, zero tolerance area in your script, where it is zero tolerance area in the core area. And what they are in the hypothesis, it is acceptable only zero tolerance. In the recommendation, in the abstract, summary, conclusion, results, and observation. In all this area, there will be a zero tolerance policy. So what are the various levels of plagiarism have been quantified and given below? What are they? Yes, in the UGC regulation, they had quantified something in terms of level of plagiarism. Up to 10%, it is excluded. Then between 10 to 40%, your charge will be at the level 1. Between 40 to 60%, the charge will be level 2. And above 60%, the charge will be level 3. This is really important for a research scholar or for a teaching faculty. Up to 10% excluded, between 10 to 40% level 1, between 40 to 60% level 2, and above 60% level 3. So how UGC regulation define how they can detect and report it? There will be a department academic integrity panel. They will investigate the matter and submit its recommendation to the IAIP. What is that? Institutional Academic Integrity Panel of HEI. It means in your institute, you have to create two different panels. What are they? Department Academic Integrity Panel, and another one is Institutional Academic Integrity Panel. But Institutional Academic Integrity Panel, they will work at the higher level, whereas Departmental Academic Integrity Panel, they will first investigate the matter and they will put the recommendation to the IAIP of HEI. So what are the, we had already clarified the level, then what are the penalties? In this regulation, they had defined the penalties and they had differentiated for the PhD student and for the faculty. So penalties for the PhD student up to 10%, no penalty. 10 to 40% revision of script within 6 months. 40 to 60% can submit revised script for 1 year. Over 60%, cancellation of registration of that PhD student. If you ask me about the faculty, up to 10% no penalty, 10 to 40% has to withdraw manuscript, 40 to 60% no supervision power for 2 years, and over 60% means no supervision power for 3 years. So these are the penalties which is defined in UGC regulation. If I am a HEI, I am the head of the HEI, and if I got in the plagiarism, if the head of the HEI is accused of plagiarism, then the guideline have provided that appropriate action shall be taken by the concerned authority. It means even the main person from the HEI is also not exempted. If he got, then definitely there is a process. So contents to be checked under this UGC regulation: research papers, yes; thesis, yes; chapters in books, yes; another similar work, full-fledged books, dissertation. All this can be checked under this UGC regulation. So strategy to avoid, how we can avoid plagiarism? Very simple strategy. You should cite your sources, or you should quote, you should paraphrase, or you should summarize with proper citation. If you ask me, is there any famous cases in this plagiarism in India? Definitely, there are a lot of cases are available, but I will just highlight at least 4 to 5 cases which are really important in this plagiarism scenario. Uh, 5 plagiarism article on Indian Foundation website, according to the report published in Logical India on May 10, 2018. 5 articles there on the Indian Foundation website are not original, instead plagiarized. The shocking fact is that this right think tank website has an association with big names such as Nirmala Sitaraman, Swapna Dasgupta, MJ Akbar, and others. So it means even if you are working at a very higher level and if you got caught, then definitely there will be a problem for you. Chemistry professor accused of plagiarism, more than 70 articles. University Executive Council of Sri Venkateswara University banned their chemistry professor. Why? Because of plagiarism. Not just 1 or 2 research papers, but almost 70 articles. Almost all these research papers were published between 2004 to 2007. The institution banned the professor from taking any research guidance, along with the upcoming examination marks. Kavya Vishwanathan was accused of plagiarism for her debut novel. Our student came up with her debut novel, How Opal Mehta Kiss Got Wild and Got Alive. Only a face of severe accusation of plagiarism. Scholar accused her of a lifting section from a sloppy first and second helping. Written by Meghna F3 in the year 2016 in Harvard Crimson, the university newsletter, there was a publication of the lifting details. Now the charges almost ended the career of that author. Stanford University wrote to the late Shri APJ Abdul Kalam about the Professor Rajput plagiarism in the year 2002 in October. Late President APJ Abdul Kalam received a letter from the Stanford University. The letter claimed that physicist Professor B.S. Rajput has blatantly copied from other sources. One of the signatories of this letter was Renata Kolosh. So even if you caught at the abroad, we can complete in India also. Plagiarism accusation against Dr. Sangyanidhi Gurunathan and his group in November-December 2010 edition of the Biotechnology Journal, Advanced Journal, brought out a notice that accused Dr. Sangyanidhi Gurunathan and his group of plagiarism article on division of molecular and cellular biology. The accusation led to the retraction of the paper from the journal. So if you got caught and if you got caught and if you get it highlighted, then definitely there will be a problem. Delhi University Chancellor India put in so all that are the languages which happen in India. So, this paper sounds a little like the article we read last week. Well, I am, what can I say, great man's think alike. So this is a funny joke on the plagiarism, but every time you can't, make a funny of that, but sometimes it maybe get serious. So be careful in terms of copying something from the others now. Anti-plagiarism softwares, yes, definitely there are multiple AI, artificial intelligence based softwares available where you can use such tools and get rid of this plagiarism. Software that searches the web for duplicate textual content. It may be standalone, program installed in the user computer, or a function of a website. Anti-plagiarism software tool cannot stop or prevent the plagiarism, find, detect the source of content which are matching. So detection of plagiarism, how we can detect? Difficult in pre-trained area. Definitely earlier it was very difficult. That's why UGC had come up a regulation in 2018 to make it very easy. thing. Before 2018, there was the escape for everyone, but now it is a life become difficult for everyone. Technology make it easier. Search engine can easily detect, and free and commercial tools are available for the detection. So, what are the free and open source? These are quite of them is free. Duplicate checker, paper writer, Algorithm, Belgium, CopyLeaks, Blacktacker, Alscan, Algorithm checker. These are the open and free sources you can try. If you ask me paid tools, yes, Grammarly, Turnitin, Open, organismdetect.org, Authenticate. These are the paid ones. I had earlier using the algorithm Grammarly software for my writing paper, so I had just tried here to copy something from the internet, and within a fraction of a second, he detected it is copied from so and source. So you have to be very careful. If you don't cite it, if you don't paraphrase, if you don't summarize, then it will be a very difficult. Another tool which is really important for you, Turnitin web-based tools detection tool. Find and indicate the matching contents. It will help you to find the and indicate the matching contents. Generate report that shows how much document is original cited from other sources, or it is used by more than 30 million students at 15,000 institutions in 150 countries. Turnitin coverage, Springer, Elsewhere, Sage, EBSCOhost, Medline, Crossref, OUP, Theme, Tourment. All these important database covered by the Turnitin. What are the features? Yes, it is very easy to submit. It will help you to find and get source of the matching content. You can instantly receive of the submission, feedback through same interface, useful for checking reference before submission. These are the indicator which is here, which gives in the Turnitin software. Blue, no matching text. Green, one word of 24% matching. Yellow, 25 to 49. Orange, 50 to 74. And red, 75 to 100%. So this will indicate how much your content is copied from different sources. So subscription plan, yes, it is available in consortia, institutional, department, individual. All such plans is available in the Turnitin. Access level, there are three levels it can be given: administrator, instructor, and student. Administrator means those who are taking care of the subscription, instruction, for example, teaching faculties, those who are the guide, research guide, and the student, those who are doing the PhD. So Turnitin, how cross-reference and Turnitin. Turnitin is a proud of a long-standing partnership with Crossref, one of the world's most prominent membership for the scholarly publisher from the last 11 years they are in a partnership. Why it is very important to have a such partnership? Due to two important reasons. First reason is that members have the option to license authenticate offer as a similar check. More than 1,500 members use similar check to screen incoming manuscript for plagiarism and other misconduct. So that is the first reason why Turnitin and Crossref come together. And the another reason is that Crossref member can also contribute their published content to the Turnitin database for similarity checking. Contributing content to the Turnitin expensive database help to ensure that the best and broadcast set of content is available for similarity check. Just a moment, I got a very important call. Please. हाँ सर ठीक है सर उनको बता दीजिए ना हाँ बता दीजिए आप उनको सर हाँ हाँ not only plagiarism copying from the others works. If you talked about the self plagiarism, yes, it is possible, and university is very UGC is very particular about that also. So in 2020, April 2020, they had come up with a notice, public notice, on a self plagiarism dated 28 April 2020. Reproduction, text recycling, or self plagiarism without adequate citation and proper acknowledgement is also not acceptable. So don't do self plagiarism. Recently, they published a notification in 2020. And if you are doing something like that, again, it is necessary you have to cite your own paper also. If you don't cite, this activity can be considered as a self-plagiarism and it is not acceptable. Highlight of the UGC self-plagiarism notification: republishing the same paper already published elsewhere without due and full citation. Again, it will got caught. If you are publishing smaller excerpt, if you don't cite, again you will be caught. Reusing data already used in the published book. If you don't cite, again you will be caught. Breaking up the larger study into smaller sections, pushing them also along with without due and full citation. Again, it is a self-plagiarism. Paraphrasing your own previously published work, and if you don't cite, again it will be a self-plagiarism. So UGC notice on self-plagiarism dated 20 April 2020. Still, there are many questions arising regarding this notification. Soon UGC will be issuing a set of parameters to evaluate instances of text recycling or self-plagiarism. And dear friend, it is not only text can be copied, image. There is image plagiarism is also possible. How to check image plagiarism? Image plagiarism simply means image theft. Of course, it is an image theft. It is happening in copying images from the Instagram, Flickr, Facebook, or blog online platform. Uh, and if you got, then definitely there will be a problem. So, how to track plagiarism related to image and photo using a technique called reverse image search. So, reverse image search, it is a content-based image retrieval technology that involves searching for usually similar image on the internet. And one of the tools which is really important and which I'm using from last 15 to 15 years, if I'm not wrong, that is Google reverse image search tools. We have to upload that image, then Google reverse image will search on the net and they will find out whether the same image is available somewhere else with the proper citation or not. So this is the Google reverse image thing, and which is very easy to use. Either you can put the URL or you can put the upload the image which you have and check whether that is already used or not. If it is used, please quote it, cite it, and then you can be escape from that. I would suggest to build how we can avoid all these things. Yes, citing, note taking, quoting, and paraphrasing. If these things can be easily attainable, if you can make a habit of this thing, then definitely there will be no one to catch you on the front of plagiarism. Again, if you steal from one author, plagiarism. If you steal from many, it is a research. If there is any questions, I'm happy to answer your questions.
Sir,
Hello, may I, sir? Sir, how this plagiarism software works? Hello, how this softwares like Turnitin works? Because if you see, most of the publications they are subscription based. Then I wonder how this software works for plagiarism checking.
Can you please repeat the questions? I'm sorry, I was not able to hear clearly.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So my question, how this software works? How it searches for similarity with let's say internet or on the databases, because most of the time we face a problem that most of the papers, research articles, they are subscription based. So how it works?
My prime suggestion to one or all, don't do it regular checking your paper. First thing. Second thing, I got your point that most of the databases are the subscription based. And whenever these tools will work now, they will find out that such things are available from so and so databases, right? They'll only highlight that it is published so and so content from that specific databases. It will not open the whole article from that database. It will take you till the paywall of that database and it will stop there. It is only matching with the content, but it will not allow you directly enter in the databases. Right? Got my point. So they had a tie-up. They had a tie-up. They had a tie-up with the all these databases vendors where they will allow them to search, but they will not allow the research scholar to get the access directly.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I have one last question.
Yes, yes, yes. Please.
During thesis plagiarism check, they ask you to upload whole thesis. But my observation is that when we write references in bibliography, they are same everywhere. So there are chances of getting high plagiarism. So how one can avoid it?
And that's why I told you, I agree with you that in terms of bibliography, there is a chances. But again, in my session, I have already told you, don't regularly check your papers. Sometimes if you copying something, for a very simple example, I want to give you here. Whenever I am searching something on the internet, the next day I got mails. The next day I got offer in my Facebook's LinkedIn. So all these are connected. So instead of doing regularly checking on the different tools, I would request you just give free trials before your publishing. So in that scenario, your percentage will be the less. This is my suggestion according to my knowledge. Yes. See, again, it is quantified by the UGC regulations. There may be some statistical formula there applied. Words, if there is a mapping of 300 words, I'm just taking an example. I'm not sure about their logistics thinking, but definitely, suppose if your script is 300 words copied, then it may be a 25% copy. If more than that, then it may be up to 40%. More than that, it may be a 60%, like that. But they are only given you up to 10%. It means common knowledge, common words, bibliography. It is excluded already.
Bharat sir, after hello Bharat sir. Sir, after completing your session, question and answer session, just let me know. Huh? Ji. Ji. Thank you, Mr. Pralhad Jadhav. I think at least our faculties today have understood the distinction between the offense in a legal sense and offense in academic sense. Sir, I think everyone present here must have got the enough awareness about the that plagiarism as well as IPR in a legal as well as academic front. Now, at last, I request Mrs. Shobha Takrani to come forward for the essential feature of the program, that is to propose the vote of thanks. Over
Yes,
to
sir,
you,
I'm
Shobha,
here.
madam.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yes, yes, madam. Kindly
Good
proceed
evening.
for the vote of thanks.
Yes, sir. Good evening to all. Myself, Shobha Takrani, Senior Clerk. Thank you, Jadhav, sir, for giving your precious time to us. And I am thankful to Patron, Mr. Sanjay Dabrai, Secretary of Seva Sadan Trust, Chairperson, Dr. Geetha Menon, IC Principal, Convenor, Professor Neelam Kapoor, HOD of Physics, and Coordinator, Dr. Nita Gundawar, FDC member, and technical team for their support for organizing this webinar. Finally, I would like to thank all the participants. Last but not least, a big thank to each one of you. Thank you.
Cool.
Ji, Ji, madam.
Yeah, sir.
Thank you, Pralhad sir. Thank you very much, Pralhad sir.
Thank you so much.
Ji, Ji, Kapoor madam.
Yes.
Ji, madam, it is concluded with the vote of thanks.
Thank you. I'm there. Thank you, Pralhad sir. We'll
Yes, yes.
continue our association.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely. I'm really happy to work with RKT College. Thank you so much.